Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR, and here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's a triple halacha. It's going to cover you for Erev Shavuos, the 18th of May, also for the day after Shavuos on Friday, and also one for Sunday. Sorry, I'll be traveling and won't have good internet access, so here's three halachas for you, starting with your Friday halacha. At the candle lighting, ladies, that you will be doing on Shavuos night, of course you will be making a shehecheyanu, and that's because, well, we haven't had Shavuos in an entire year, and of course whenever you do something that you haven't done in a long time, you make a shehecheyanu bracha for it, like there will also be a shehecheyanu bracha at Kiddush on Shavuos night. Also, of course, there will also be a shehecheyanu on the second night of Shavuos in Kiddush, and ladies, when you light the candle also. Just in case that confuses you, I'll just explain it real quickly. The idea is that whenever we have 2 days of Yom Tov outside of Israel, what we're really doing is, because of the way the calendar used to work, they didn't always know, they hadn't always gotten news through the relaying of messages that the holiday or what day it actually was. So they always kept 2 days of Yom Tov just to be certain of that. And that custom stuck with us forever. So what we do on the first night, we repeat again on the second night, as if it's the first night, and therefore there's a shechion on both nights. Rosh Hashanah is the exception, because Rosh Hashanah is considered one long day. That's a whole nother speech, and that's why it only gets a shechion there if there's a new fruit. But let's move on. This is your Friday halacha for you now. Make sure to listen to this one on Friday or whatever. This is a halacha for you in the afterglow of Shavuos. Hope you had, if you're hearing this after Shavuos, hope you had a wonderful Shavuos. One last thought for you before we leave the holiday behind us. You know that the Jewish people said Na'aseh v'nishma, which meant that they were totally willing, voluntarily, to accept the Torah. Yet the Medrash tells us that God seemingly put the mountain over their head and kind of forced them and said, if you don't accept it, I'll drop the mountain on you and you'll die. That seems weird. Like, why would he, if they voluntarily said they want it, why would he turn around and kind of force them into it? But one beautiful explanation that's given by the Maral, simple, is that God says, thank you very much for volunteering to keep the Torah, but I want you to know that you also kind of like have to keep the Torah. It's not just a voluntary thing, and thank you for volunteering, but you also have to feel like it's your lifeblood, and you'll die without it. It's your whole way of life. That's why he wanted it to happen both ways. Thirdly, Sunday halacha for you, a quickie, trying to say them all in our usual short time frame. A Sunday halacha for you is this. Torah study, as we again drift away from Shavuos. We'll study Torah all year, of course, but I want you to have one more thought about Torah study. Our minds are considered very, very holy when they're immersed in Torah study. It takes our being to like an attachment to God. That's what we're doing when we learn God's Torah. Therefore, there are all kinds of strict halachas about your mindset while learning Torah. For example, don't laugh, this is a real halacha. You're not supposed to study any words of Torah while in an unclean place, like a bathroom. You're not allowed to even think those words of Torah while you're in a bathroom, because you shouldn't have your mind all attached to the creator of the universe in that Torah way while you're in a mundane kind of place that doesn't have the same kind of holiness. Seriously, I hope you're not laughing, but the Vilna Gaon, the great, great, great rabbi whose mind was immersed in Torah almost 24/7, I think I can say 24/7, it was even with him when he slept, kind of. So he, when he went to the bathroom, had such a great mind, and it was difficult for him to shut Torah out of his mind while in the bathroom. So they say that he studied math in his brain, great brain that it was, while he was in the bathroom, and actually was able to comprise many, many mathematical, like, I don't know, math stuff. And there was a sort of book that he had compiled of all the things that he had, the small time that he was doing something other than Torah, which was very minimal. So his mind was on things like math, and that's how he would keep his mind sort of not occupied with Torah while in the bathroom. Thanks for logging on, and we'll give you a fresh law starting on Sunday night. Log on again tomorrow. Bye-bye.